Welcome to your monthly Essential Spirit Scopes.
Hey, welcome. This is Nan and I's unique take on horoscopes, where we combine intuitive insights, spiritual messages to guide you through the month ahead. Babies!
We're your hosts. I'm Nancy Christine Brady.
And I'm Tara Diana.
Each month, we tune into the collective energy and share messages from Spirit tailored to support your journey.
We call it Spirit Scopes because it's a blend of guidance and insight for your personal life, your career, and your spiritual growth.
So grab your favorite drink and settle into a cozy spot,
because we're diving into the energy shaping this month and exploring the wisdom that Spirit has to share.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Spirits, Angels, and Guides. I'm Nancy Christine Brady.
I was almost like, is Spirit, Angels, and Guides? Yes, it is, but it's the Essential Spirit Scopes. I'm Tara Diana.
And we're going to get to what you need to know for June. Tara, do you want to start, and we'll start with like an overview for the month of energy.
Okay, so the cards I'm using is Soulful Guidance cards. I've really been into these in the last little while, so I've been doing a lot of work with them. They're so pretty. People love them. I did it in my development circle the other night, and they were like, these are so pretty. So here's the card I'm pulling for this month for you, and it's Reveal Your Radiance. I love this because it's summer solstice. So, you know, look at, there's a giraffe in the background. There's my Black Panther, which is my healing. Oh, there's me. There's a toucan. I think that's a toucan. Is that a toucan?
That's a toucan.
Okay. How often do you get to say toucan? Okay. And then this gorgeous energy all around. So this card is really representing what the solstice is. And the solstice is that beautiful blossoming, right? In winter you hibernated, in fall you kind of, you know, planted the seeds in your mind, in spring you planted the seeds, and now it's blossoming. Now it's coming through and you're opening up, and you have all these beautiful processes that are coming to fruition. So they are saying to you, let yourself shine. Show who you are, like your authentic self, the person that wants to be seen in all their power, right? Because we are all very powerful. So this is the perfect moment for you guys as you step into June. We're almost into the summer solstice. As you step into that, to really radiate, let them all know, right? Energy begets energy. So if you're putting out good energy is going to come back. And that's what I'm going to leave with you guys for June.
I love that. So the deck that I'm using is the Chakra Insight Oracle, and while I was shuffling, I had two jumpers, so we're going to go with it. So I basically, the first jumper that came up was Inner Child, which is all around the solar plexus energy, and then we had Emotional Balance, which is all around the heart energy. And this just beautifully matches with what Tara was saying. This is about going within, finding that harmony, finding, you know, where's that peace with that inner child work that you maybe haven't done for the month. Honor the inner child, honor who she or he is and how far they've come, and celebrate them. You know, I often say to people, take your little inner child, put it on your shoulder, and treat them the same way you'd treat your best friend, and then approach everything with grace. Because the emotional balance part with that heart space is where you're going to offer that generosity to yourselves and a bit of grace. You know, we always tend to be so hard on ourselves. So lean into that playfulness, lean into that personal power for the month of June, because I feel that you're going to be your strongest advocate for June.
Oh, I love that too, because, you know, that whole idea of like the nice weather and the warmth and the unfolding of the petals. You know, I always think of lotus flowers when I think of unfolding petals, but all of that just feels so empowering in terms of moving forward, because solstice really is about that. It's about being in the light now, right? The summer solstice, it's about sitting in the light and getting the longest day of the year. And I always feel a little bit sad when it's like, oh, this is the longest day of the year. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, where do we go from here? It's only like dark. So, but that's not true. That it is what you make of everything. So I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm pulling the card for Aries and see where we're going with this. And remember, always take what resonates and leave the rest behind, my boo-boos. So this card that you got is Mermaid Guidance. Now this is very interesting to me. This is the card, very lovely, very beautiful, but this has a lot to do, I mean, when you look at the card, you see her in this blue heart kind of shaped around her. Now, blue always resonates for me with spirit as the throat chakra. So speaking your truth and coming from your heart. And there's all these little fishies right? That's a lot of little guppies or whatever they are, coming towards her, which means that she is expressing herself. So Aries, you should be expressing yourself, but speaking your truth and coming from your heart. But the other thing about water for me, which is really, really important, is that mental and emotional detoxification. So whenever water shows up in a big way and she's submerged in water, she's speaking her truth, they are saying to you, Aries, that this is the time for you to, for sure, for real, speak what needs to be said, because people are willing to listen. And if you come from your heart when you're speaking it, you're going to be heard. You're going to be heard. If you're just spewing, right? If you're just talking to talk, then they're going to miss the point you're trying to make. And ultimately, we do have a point we're trying to make. So I'm going to leave that with you, Aries. Speak your truth, come from your heart.
Love that. All right, Taurus. So I pulled for you self-esteem. Now, this particular card is also attached to your solar plexus. And as we know, that's all about personal power. So this is really leaning into that for you, Taurus, for the month of June. What are you going to talk about and work on that's going to be around self-confidence, self-love, self-worth? Take pride in yourself. You've done a lot of work around yourself. Stay grounded and work towards sitting within your power. That's the most important part for June. And remember, you know, like I said earlier, we tend to be our own hardest critic. This is about not tearing yourself down around that self-esteem, but building your personal power up. So I want you to focus on that. Even if it's a matter of sticking a sticky note on the mirror in the morning and looking in the mirror and saying, I'm a glorious goddess. Just whatever it is that you need to do to get through June, to work on that personal confidence and that self-love, make sure you do it. I'm going to leave that with Taurus.
Perfect. Because we move into Gemini, and again, these cards tend to have a lot of hearts in them, not going to lie. So there's another heart, but there's also dragonflies. There's the owl my finger was covering, and a fairy. For me, Gemini, this has a lot of the feel of, and it says wise steps forward. This has a lot of feel of like understanding where you're going. So this is a movement flow this month for you that feels very much attached to, do you know what your next step is? Have you sat down and thought about it? Or do you even have to? Do you just know? It should be contemplated, though. It should have some kind of structure to it when you're moving forward. Now, owl to me always means wisdom. Period, hard stop. That's what I get with owl. It always means wisdom. So that means you should be thinking about this. The wise old owl, right? I always think of Winnie the Pooh, an owl.
Yeah.
But that ages me like nobody's business. But anyway, that's what I think of when I get this card. But the heart is so pretty, and it's a reminder of also, I mean, the heart is blue again. We seem to have a theme about speaking your truth. But if you look at the heart here, it's a little bit of a purple, like a half a heart. So it's almost saying like you're almost connected to spirit, but your humanness matters as well at this time. So make sure you are blending your higher self with your spirit connection so you get the right message. And listen, now dragonfly to me also means good luck. Because remember, when spirit comes through and connects with me or Nan or whomever, they're going to give us the tools that we can resonate with so we can give the message for you. So the dragonfly always means good luck to me. So this is a good time for you to really take a look at those wise steps forward and then take action. So I'm going to leave that with you, Gemini.
Love that. All right, Cancer, you got desires, which is also attached to the sacral chakra in this particular deck. And this is really for you for the month of June. Sacral chakra energy is all about relationships. So not just what we have with others, but what we have with ourselves. So what are the desires that you've been having? And it doesn't necessarily attach to sexuality. This could be about goals, about passion, fulfillment, whatever it is that you've been desiring, and to work towards and take that leap of faith for the month of June. Because I do feel with the energy that's in June, it's really about blooming. It's about, prosperity. It's about abundance. So lean into that, but be really dedicated to staying focused on what are your desires, right? So that it's kind of what you put out to the universe, you're going to get back. So I want you to think about that for the month of June and just focus on what you really want. And don't think it's selfish, Cancer. Understand that this is an act of self-care to go after what you really are passionate about. So I'm going to leave that with Cancer.
Very cool. Like, I am getting the theme of owls and birds and peacocks. And I don't even know what this bird in the corner is here.
I can't even see.
Just a pretty bird.
Okay, we got a pretty bird.
I got pretty bird, but I got peacock feathers. And if you look, the peacock feathers are actually coming from behind her, spread out behind her, which I love. But there's Owl, and our good friend Owl. So this is for Leo. And Owl is, again, it is about that wisdom, that knowledge. So remember what we talked about in Summer Solstice Babies? We talked about how this is about blossoming. It's about unfolding. Well, there is knowledge and wisdom attached to that. You're not just unfolding anything. You're not just wiggy out there, you know, letting things flop all over the place. You have strategy. You have structure. You have an objective. That's the word I'm looking for. And the thing about owl is they can also see through the veil, see through the dark, right? So when they can see through things, they can get past what is an obstacle or a challenge with this. And the card itself said manifestation. Right? So this is literally spirit saying to you, okay, and manifestation is one of those things that one day I'm going to get into in a big way, maybe on one of my other channels, but I'm going to get into it because I'm starting to feel like we actually don't know what manifestation is, that our perception or what's being put out there to people is not accurate. It's not the way that spirit would mean for manifestation. So this isn't about wanting something really bad. It is about understanding what you need and putting that energy forward. So again, the wise old owl comes through. The peacock, I don't even know what a peacock means. It's just pretty. What's a peacock with all those feathers mean?
Well, for me, peacock, it's all about being okay, being your true authentic self, showing off your true colors, being as flamboyant as you want, right? Stepping out and stepping into that level of confidence where you're not hiding, because you're showing those beautiful tail feathers.
Okay, well, that would make sense with the rest of the card. So,
Yeah.
again, I cannot memorize everything, every animal out there, because that's not my forte. That's why I have none. But literally, this card feels powerful. It feels purposeful. And remember, manifestation is so much more than just trying to put out, hey, I could really use this right now. It is way more than that. And if you ever sit down and ask yourselves, Leo, anyone that's listening to this, like, how come my manifestations more often than not, and don't give me any BS, don't come to fruition? Maybe you have to take a look at why that is. I'm going to leave that with Leo, and happy manifesting from the most heartfelt way.
Nice, nice. And for anyone listening on any of the podcast platforms where you're just listening by audio, if you want to see any of the cards that we are holding up, definitely go over to our YouTube channels and you'll be able to see all the beautiful artwork that Tara's referring to and that I am holding up cards for. So we're going to get to Virgo, which pulled creativity. And this again came up around throat chakra. So you're seeing a theme here throughout the month. And again, like Tara said at the beginning, take what resonates. Even if this is resonating for you and you're not Virgo, lean into it, because Spirit tells us these messages for a reason. So for you, Virgo, though, focusing on that creativity for June is going to be huge. It's going to be working with your imagination, your self-expression, originality, passion, speaking your truth in whatever capacity that is. Is it with family? Is it with friends? Is it at work? And think that there's always a way to approach the situation from a different perspective, more creatively, and also with ease, grace, and respect, right? You don't want to come in like me, like a Taurus in a bowl in a china shop. You want to be very creative in how you're communicating this month, because remember, everybody is coming to the table with different personalities, different styles of communication, different ways of speaking. So put your creative hat on, think outside the box, and know that whatever expression that you have is going to serve you for your highest good for June. So I'm going to leave that with Virgo.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It always makes me laugh when Nan mentions, "Oh, you're gonna see the cards," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't save the cards. I shuffled them all back in." I always laugh. That's why I couldn't stop laughing for a second there. It's like, "Of course, Nan. Of course I did." Okay, so we are moving into Libra, and Libra. That's my daughter's sign. I know a lot of amazing Libras, and what I'm feeling with you today when I pull the card is it says soulmate connections. Now, this is very interesting. Whoop. This is very interesting, Libra, because I'm not feeling this as in like soulmates. And if you know, you know. I am not that person you want to come to me and ask me about your soulmate, because that word is loaded. And like, Nan could be my soulmate. Hannah the Bun, who's back here, not feeling super awesome, but Hannah the Bun could be my soulmate. Actually, she probably is. So soulmate is a thing. What do I feel with this card though? Is if you look at this card, it resonates pink and like light pink energies with a little bit of like a golden hue. So for me, this is not necessarily about finding the love of your life. Although, babies, if that's what you're looking for, this could be the time. But this feels more like self-love, self-care, self-worth. Libra, this is about taking a good look at what you want to do to fill your cup at this time. And maybe a new relationship is what you need to fill your cup. Who am I to say? But you want to do the self-care work here. You want to take a look at what is floating your boat at this time. What could you level up with? What more could you add to your space? Or are you simply enough right now? And you just want to celebrate that you've gotten to this space and you're sitting in this energy. Now, I also want to say to you, when I talk like that about like, maybe this is just you celebrating you, your soul connection, your soul mate, for lack of a better word, could be you. It could be your higher self. Like, I'm not here to judge. It could be your higher self. And we should celebrate when we feel so attuned to our personal, like, personality, our persona. When we feel so comfortable in that, we should celebrate. So, Libra, take a moment, take a good look at where you are, what you're doing. Do you need something more, or are you good? Are you good? And if you really need a soulmate to come through for you, well, take a look at your bestie or your dog. I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
And your dog, Hannah the Bun, agrees.
Yes.
Okay, so Scorpio, we're getting a lot of throat chakra energy for this month.
Oh,
You got
much.
communication, right? So much. But, I feel that that's important. And, it is one of the things that we need to do every day, whether it be with ourselves, with our partner, with our friends, with work. And so for you, Scorpio, for June, this is really going to be about self-expression, talking about what your needs are versus what everybody else's needs, putting yourself ahead of others, having a healthy energy exchange. Okay, that's a huge part of communicating and having a bi-directional conversation, right? Remember to sit and listen as much as you are doing that self-expression, because when you can share those connections with others, when you can speak freely, but gently, again, I'm going to refer to the bull in a china shop like me. You're going to have the best results in whatever style of communication that you're having or is needed. And remember, this might even be something about something that someone needs to hear from you, right? So is there a friend that you haven't talked to in a long time that you need to call, that just needs to hear your voice, or that you can spitball things off of and let them know some of your happiness, let them know some of your stress? So I want you to think about that for the month of June, because a lot of you Scorpios can be quite reserved and you don't like to make yourself vulnerable and overshare. But this is a time where it's okay to sort of open yourself up, reach out to others for that support, and have that bi-directional conversation. So I'm going to leave that with Scorpio for the month of June.
Nice. Okay, let's go to Sagittarius. What's happening? What's happening, bro? What's up, dude? Oh my God, another heart. We have a lot of throat chakra, and we have a lot of heart, and we are having a lot of purple, which is crown, which is spirit connection. So this one says fearless path, and it's got the stag, and I'm super into stags right now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't put a lot of Like I feel them, but I don't go like down a rabbit hole about why I'm getting them. I'm just that kind of person. I just trust that there's a reason and it will come through the way spirit wants me to. But this is a cool card. So again, look at the blue. The blue's not as dark as the two different purples. So the purple that connects to spirit, but also the purple that connects to your third eye. And the stag is leadership in my view, right? It represents leadership for me personally. So this card is telling me that you are able to trust spirit to do the work with you. You are able to do that. And when you do that, you are taking control. So you are saying, okay, I'm listening to spirit. Spirit's coming through, giving me what I need, blah, 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 blah. And then you are moving that forward to other people. Because remember, energy begets energy. So if you are feeling comfortable and confident, not obnoxious, not aggressive, you are just feeling comfortable in what you have, then that is going to fly. And when you put that out there, people are going to resonate with that and be like, damn, I'm feeling like I should be sitting in my power, right? So this is a great card. And the little glowing of that purple heart is not the dark purple, which I associate more with higher spirit work. It associated more with the third eye, and that tells me your third eye is glowing. So expand, 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 so you can see, feel, hear, know. If you want to smell and taste, all the power to you. But also remember to close your third eye. You don't need it wide open all day, every day, baby. That ain't going to serve you. I promise you this. So just expand when you feel like you need to be a little more attuned and amplified a little bit. And then make sure you close that back. That is your personal responsibility. It is not spirit's. And it sure as heck is not mine or Nan's. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you. Let's go, Sag.
Awesome. We should do a podcast on chakras because I feel like, there is a lot of information out there and that's good advice. Close it down. Just
close it down.
All right. Capricorn, you got your first root chakra card, which is action. And I love this card for you because we could all use a bit of grounding. Not going to lie.
I thought you were going to say we can all use a bit of action. I was like, ask my husband.
Well, we could all use a bit of action when it comes to movement and dancing and whatever Tara is suggesting could be fun. So it's really about sticking with the perseverance thing. So this is about moving forward for you, Capricorn. This is about not staying in a stagnant place. Ground yourself, put those roots in the ground, but don't stay there like a tree. Keep yourself focused. Stretch up to spirit so you're balanced within your chakras, and then move forward. Keep the motion going, the motivation and the perseverance. Because as you do that and you focus on that level of discipline for the month of June, what you're going to find is everything that you've been working towards is going to have those seeds planted. And in July and August, you're going to start to reap the benefits of that. So I'm going to leave that with Capricorn.
Get a little action, friends.
Get a little action, Capricorn.
Oh, hello, owl.
Another owl.
I got the whole family of the forest. So this is the right path, and this is for Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Better than me. Okay. So this card is super, super cute. I love it. Eagle, owl, bear, and baby bears. Everyone loves a baby bear. And fox. And hang on, because my eyesight is like... And a heart, of course.
A heart, of course.
What would it be if we didn't have a heart? Now, I'm sitting with this card and it's saying you're on the right path. And look, it kind of reminds me of the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road, right? The little yellow, the golden swirls. So when I look at this card and I'm saying, okay, what does Aquarius need to know about this? This is really about trusting your choices. This is really about saying, okay, you know what? I feel good with this choice. I am not judging the outcome before the outcome has even happened. I am looking towards what I will gain from this in any way, shape, or form. I really am the person who hates talking about the lessons now. I just feel like that's so overused. So unfortunately, I don't have any other better words to say. So taking what happens, you're on the right path. Whatever happens, whatever comes to fruition is what's meant to come to fruition. And I don't believe in that whole faith and destiny and all that stuff because we have free will choice. I don't know how you could believe in that and believe you have free will choice. So for me, this is just about understanding that you are making the free will choice to follow this path down this road, and whatever transpires is meant to transpire. Now, for me, the bear with the cubs represents family. Okay, so strength and protection, and really a good connection with your family during the summer solstice, hopefully during forever, but right now during the summer solstice. It also, again, the wise old owl. Are you paying attention to what's being given to you? But eagle is even more powerful in my world, because not only does it work with the wise old owl, it is the spirit connection. It is the connection that says to you, hey, you're working with what's above. You're working with what's above. Now, I can toggle between spirit, eagle being about higher self, and eagle being about spirit. And I feel with this card particularly, it's about both. It's about recognizing your work with both your higher self and with source. And then finally, there's the sly old fox. And this doesn't look like an old fox. It's such a cute fox. I love my cute foxes. And for me, fox really represents that slyness. Now people get really twisted when someone says, oh, the fox is sly. But for me, the sly fox is actually the one that's doing the thinking. It is the one that's like, you know what, hang on a second. This looks practical and easy and the flow of energy. But what if I just take a look over here and see what this person's doing? Oh my God, Nan, this totally no triggers. Come back to your sly fox. But it reminds me of something that I've been seeing online a lot about people, taking other people's work, right? And even if you go into, and I'm not going down the AI rabbit hole because I have my own personal opinions, which probably don't match a lot of other people's. So it ain't my business, and it ain't your business what I think about it. So I'm going to say this. Even the AI, like I've seen a lot of artists, upset about people using AI, to promote work and things like that. And this is the sly old fox is taking a look at that, in my view, guys, Aquarius, and taking a look at that and being like, well, wait a second. How does this really meld? And is there anything I can take from this that resonates, that I can use in my own path, on my own path, in my own work? And that's what I want to leave with you. That was a little convoluted, but I'm loving this. This is a great card. I think everyone should step into this card, truthfully. Anyone that's listening, this card, I feel, resonates with everyone.
All right. That's great. Pisces.
That's great.
It is great.
Go, Tara, go.
Go, Tara, go. I'm on the sidelines cheering. It's good. Okay, so last but not least is Pisces, and you got the solar plexus chakra.
Oh, nice.
And it doesn't get more blatant than that for you. Right now, June is all about your personal power, Pisces. Are you giving it away? Are you stepping into it? Are you having proper personal boundaries, or are you letting everything through like a strainer, like a sieve? Life is really about choices, and it's really going to be all about that, and you empowering you, taking your own authority and making sure that you have those boundaries, making sure that your personal power you are 100% in control of. Because like Tara mentioned earlier, yes, we have free will, we have choice. So you can choose to be the victim, or you can choose to be the person that sits within that level of power. And if for those of us listeners, Tara's doing little tiny finger snaps. So that is her, supporting that. So I want you to step into that. And if you've been giving your personal power away, don't get hard on yourself. Just have the courage to step up and step back into it. Set those boundaries and just know that you are 100% authentically you. You are not meant to be anybody else but perfectly you. So don't think, I got to live up to this to be like the Joneses, or I got to do this because all my friends are doing that. What feels right? What do you want to do? And then lean into that. Make that choice, that free will choice, and stand within your power. And I'm going to leave that with Pisces for June.
And so it is. That brings us to a close. Nan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tara. It's always good to spend time with you.
Thank you. It's just a secret. We're going to be like in person together in about 2 hours. So anyway, Just putting that out there. I would just like to say thank you to everyone for coming on, following us, downloading this. Please make sure you subscribe. Send this to someone you think would find it interesting and empowering for them. And you can find us on all our platforms. Nancy Christine Brady, everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Are you on YouTube?
Yes.
Yes. I can never remember. There's so much going on in this little brain, and there's only so much capacity. So YouTube, Nancy Christine Brady. I'm Tara Diana, Spirit Essence by Tara Diana on all platforms. And I would love to invite you to go and check out Nan's website and check out the Spirit Essence membership. We have all these cool little gifties that comes with being a part of the membership, and it is a great community to be a part of, and Nan's a part of that too in the Spirit Lounge. So, with that note, we wish you a happy, happy summer solstice. Go and blossom.
Bye, everyone.
Stay divine. Thank you for joining us for this month's Essential Spirit Scopes.
We hope these insights guide you with clarity and purpose for the month.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay connected.
And share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, trust your intuition.
And the wisdom Spirit brings your way. See you next month on Spirit Scopes.